This is WSN. Love it or leave it. The underdog's on top, and you can either agree or disagree with her. But either way, the tribe is all here. This is a tribe called Jess. You can call the show anytime at 855-77-WYLDE. That's 855-779-9533.
And welcome to a tribe called Jess, and the tribe is all here. I have Frank the Tank.
Yo, yo, yo.
Back to sober. And I have Julio July Diaz, my little grumpy monkey. And I have Johnny Caniford in the house. Johnny Caniford, what's up? What's up? He's back there running all our stuff. And guys, please join in our YouTube live chat. If you go to Wylde Style Network, that's WYLDE Network on YouTube. And you can see us live and join in the chat. It might go in and out a little bit, but we're getting it up. So
and the chat
what
too.
Are we talking about? What are we talking about? Whoa,
getting it
whoa.
up, baby. We're getting it up. I'm glad we're starting
We're
off.
getting it up.
The pill hasn't kicked in yet.
Wait, my feet are dangling. Like my little foot.
Do they always dangle? Like I don't think I've ever paid attention to where they're at.
Well, I usually have pants on.
Yeah,
so
I
I
think
think
that's
it's
what it
more
is. Oh, that's what it
prominent
is.
that my.
Yeah. I think it's the shorts.
I
You're
mean,
right.
this does go way back, and then also I think, and keep it zoomed out. I don't want to scare people tonight. I think it's zoomed out a little more. But anyway, we are coming to you from the Salisbury Studios on the Wylde Style Network, fueled by Monster Energy. Thank you, Monster. We appreciate it. And we also have our other news sponsor. We have BetStamp. So shout out to BetStamp and Sign Up Logic, where you can, hold on, guys. Well, I was kind of thinking the NFL's upon us.
Yeah.
And anybody that likes sports. And this is your opportunity to join our favorite sports book, get the best odds and the best not New Year's, guys, not there yet.
Jesus.
New user offers. We know I'm a verbal train wreck.
I'm just saying, like, relax. We're barely in August.
And I can see. Okay, I'm going to get copywritten because you know I sing just like Taylor.
Is that what it is?
August. It's her song, August. Yeah.
I reckon.
I love that song. I already had a guy on TikTok today tell me she was toxic and that she's ruining women. I told him to cheer up. He's like, you're a prime example of how she's ruining women. I was like, okay. You saw it. Who saw
I
it?
saw it, yeah.
I was just like, why? Life is too short, guys, to get that.
He's inspiring them, and they're becoming more independent.
Well, then I look at the profile pictures, and I'm like, you should be inspired to get healthy. So
It sounds like he wants to be a woman so he can be wrecked.
But anyway, going back to BetStamp and Sign Up Logic, get in there if you like to bet on sports. And it's tailored to your region and tailored to your unique likes and stuff like that. Obviously, you can I'm assuming bet on anything, John. But and that would be, hold on, sign up expert /wildstylenetwork.com, or you can scan the code on your screen right now.
Dinosaur.
And remember, that's with a Y. And it also supports us guys so we can keep bringing you amazing content. And that sponsor was brought on by Notebook Wagering, Bang Your Bookie.
That's right.
Because they bang your bookie, and at Tribe Called Jess, we were born to bang. Taylor Swift just ruining womanhood. What the hell? And I'm a prime example. I just want to sit down with somebody that says that and go, and the trolls on TikTok are the only trolls I block. Like, they're relentless. I mean, it's just a whole different world of trolls, right? But I want to be like, what would make you say it? Fine, okay, but then what would you say me? Because I make TikToks. What's the prime example? Because I'm an independent woman that supports myself, raised a son that's in college. What prime example? I stay in shape and I'm 49. I eat healthy. What is she doing? Inspiring me to be a good human?
Yeah, that's the problem.
And I'm not saying I am my own.
We live in the age of assholes.
No, we live in the age of people that just want to put people down. And I definitely have
agree.
my flaws and faults and everything that comes with that. But like, I'm just like, dude, come at me. Come at me today. Usually I'm just like, delete. I'm like, let's go. No,
I'm about to post football seasons here, a.k.a. Taylor Swift season 2.
Taylor Swift round 2.
I'm an NFL girl. We know that. I love sports. You know, I say like a guy, but I think a lot of women like sports. But, you know, it is Taylor and Travis season 2. What's up next, guy? I want to see how many Brads and Chads are going to get very, very upset.
Should we put a bet on our new sponsor using them that Travis might propose during the game?
I think Travis has already proposed. I told you this.
Or announced it during the game?
And I want to say to my friend, by the way, you owe me $300 as of this week. We made it to preseason. They're still together. I win. I win. Woo,
No, you doubled it.
Oh, yeah. I get more.
It's
more.
600.
I won this bet. You bet me last fall?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I made it to my birthday, and then we
And then you
double or
doubled it,
nothing.
yep.
And then now we had to make it to preseason. We made it, baby.
Wow.
Tonight's the night. The Bears
That's
are playing
crazy.
right now, right? The Bears are playing.
Yeah, Bears are playing the Texans right now.
We made it.
Preseason started.
Football's
officially.
back.
Yep.
I was right. Football's back, baby, and I am
Dude,
so
that
excited.
means drinks on Jess this weekend.
I know.
Woo!
Excuse me, what?
I'm kidding. We're splitting. We'll split the check. I'll Venmo request you.
Oh, that's another show, guys. Let's not go down that road. And please subscribe wherever you get your podcasts. We are on everything. Follow, whether that's Spotify, Apple, Pandora, Sam's. I could go down the list. Deezer, RSS Community, and then obviously on YouTube. Please, please, please. It means the world to us. We
Yes.
really, really appreciate it. And thank you, Chicken Squawk 2 on the screen. We appreciate you participating every week so far since we've had our YouTube chat. Love it, love it. And we're going to get into it tonight. That
One's for me.
That's not from you.
You're the best. That's for me.
Oh, that's for me.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it from me.
No, for me.
And then I sold out of black bucket hats. I just sold some
know.
more hats and t-shirts today. So merch shop, tribecalledjess.com. Correct, John? If you want to buy some merch, I have some trucker hats left, some t-shirts left, and some white bucket hats left. That's it. We're sold out of half tops, sold out of black bucket hats, and the white bucket hats are about to
Gotta
run
stock
low.
up again.
Are we gonna switch it up for like fall gear?
Yeah, I want to sell out. So bye. Let's go.
All right, in sync.
Go.
Deadpool reference.
Bye. Was that Backstreet Boys or NSYNC?
In
In sync.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
There's
All
a
right.
Deadpool reference too.
All right. So we shouted out BetStamp, and let's see, Sign Up Expert. And obviously, if you want to sponsor the podcast, sponsor the studio, any collaborations, hit me up at tribecalledjessofficial.com at gmail.com, tribecalledjessofficial at gmail.com. So make sure you do that because you want us to keep coming at you because you know I'm crazy and I want to keep saying crazy shit. I'm in a good mood today.
I
I
am.
can tell.
Yeah. Julio's in a bad mood. We've switched.
He was
first.
grouchy.
No, I timed my ad because I have a really bad ADD, but I'm only on a
What?
very low dose.
Really?
Shut up.
News to me.
And I'm learning how to time it so it
I
works.
thought it was the
well.
Philly girl in her.
Well, I am a bitch in that way, but I'm a good-hearted bitch.
That's right.
I'm
Who sings that song?
Wicked Witch of the, what was it? The West. She was the good one, or the whatever. Glendula,
There's a new one coming out.
on the Wizards of Oz. Yeah.
The Wizards of Oz.
And then what else? What else do we have, guys? What else?
We had.
And
Olympics.
you can call in the show anytime, 855-77-WILD, 855-779-9533. And always remember, that is Wylde with a Y. Wah.
Yes.
What are you saying?
Olympics. You said what else is popping?
So the Olympics, and Simone, Biles, the most decorated gymnast ever. What a baller. What a beast. And Snoop just leading the way of the Olympics and just the
giant
mascot
blunt-looking torch.
of the century. Huh?
With a giant blonde looking torch.
Yeah.
I love it. He quit smoking the pot.
I know, but it was so funny how the torch looked like a big blunt.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
But it was not on purpose.
Probably.
Probably.
What a coincidence.
I don't know.
No.
It's Snoop Dogg. Let's make it look like something else.
I love me some Snoop. He's awesome on there. Had you seen when Michael Phelps swimming? He was exasperated by the end. He's like, all right, y'all go away. I proved myself, basically. He's awesome. And Call Her Daddy, Alex Cooper is doing a live show over there.
Wow.
And she's just so cool.
How's
I
your
love
buddy
her.
Kevin doing?
Kevin.
Kevin, right?
Radio.
Oh, I don't know. How's that? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that's-
I see the blunt.
Kevin,
How's Kevin doing in Paris? Any updates? No, I don't know. I'll have to find out.
he's
Kevin, who
commentating
used to
on.
be-
Kevin Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't know.
What is he commentating on?
The Olympics.
I know, but what sports? Welcome to the show, John.
I would love to hear him commentate on boxing right now.
So Kevin is my old co-host on Tribe Called Jess, and has been, he had the Kevin and Rock show and firefighter,
Yeah.
softball scouter, coach for college. He's awesome. Kevin does a lot of stuff. So he's over commentating for the Olympics. We're super, super proud of him.
Eating some croissants.
Eating some croissants. Some croissants.
Like, yeah.
Yeah. So Paris is a very pretty city, and they have lots of foods, and they have little plates and eat proper amounts. So
Yeah, it's about the flavor, not the portion.
But back to the Olympics. Have you seen some of the memes?
no.
Dude, that's all I watch is memes.
Yeah, like after they swam in the river, like one of the events was, I think triathlon was part of it. Like you
Yeah,
swim,
triathlon.
They made them swim in the river,
Yeah.
and then when everyone got out, they were like puking.
Oh yeah, because they get the water. Yeah.
Yeah, because the river was not clean
Well,
enough.
not only that, you're running. I'll tell you, after a tough Mudder, like I almost throw up after one session of
Yeah.
CrossFit back in the day. I mean, depending, you with all that plus the water, you're gonna throw up.
Yeah, but this was more like it was.
Do you really think
it was
'cause of
dirty
the
water? It was.
Well, they're supposed to clean it all of a sudden, like after
I'm sure it's
decades of
probably.
it being contaminated. it
I'm
was
sure someone's
cleaned.
coming back with like a third eyeball or something.
Yeah, John.
Well, they spent all that money to get it clean, and then they got all that rain, so then it just kind of
Oh, yeah,
washed
there we
everything
go.
down.
That's-
But then, like, a lot of the people within the community was, upset because how many years have they lived and paid taxes or whatever? And
They never did it.
They haven't cleaned it, and then because of the Olympics, they were putting all this money into it. So then the opposite side of it, they put toilets all down the whatever the loo or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they had an app that was you could go and when the mayor or whoever the politicians were supposed to do their like swimming, you could go on the app and find out when you could go use the restroom in the river. So by the time that they do their swimming thing for their publicity release, it would have flowed down. It was this whole funny behind the scenes thing, just
my
kind of like
God.
say F the system. And
I mean-
fight
I love
against it.
technology.
I mean, have you seen the drunk people that jump in the Potomac at DC on the? I mean, give me a break.
Drunk.
Drunk, they jump in. I'm not talking about Three Sisters where it's 20 feet in clear water. I'm talking about just straight up. Oh.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait,
Like when Adam fell in the water.
I feel attacked.
No, not at those places, but people have jumped in like where they
At the
shouldn't
pier.
be anyway, like at the wall. That's disgusting.
Did
Disgusting.
I tell you that
water.
one time Millie was with me? Sean's boat got like run aground. Is that what it's called? when it
Yeah,
hits
runs ground. Yeah.
So we had to jump into water to push it. And dude, as soon as I jumped into
Not
water, that's the feeling of
The
that
sludge.
Yeah, and it smelled like diesel fuel.
Oh, it's disgusting.
And the harder I pushed, the more we sank. I mean, I think I was like thigh high.
From boating for so long, I mean that's. But out at
pretty
Three
good.
Sisters, it's usually it's pretty good. I mean after.
Yeah, this was
rain and
further
stuff,
down.
Yeah.
By,
Yeah, I mean that's not hard, but yeah, it's not the best.
but so before we jumped, though, we were like, make sure nobody has any kind of cuts.
Cuts, yeah. A
Yeah.
friend of ours almost lost his foot from exactly that, and he cut himself on something that was in the water, and the water got in there, and yeah, it was bad. He tells the story, and I'm like, and he showed pictures. I almost like threw up. Anyway, moving on. So go ahead.
Yes, while you've gathered your thoughts, I think the U.S. broke the records for most Olympic medals, right?
Yep.
What?
3K plus, baby.
What?
Gold medals.
Oh,
Yeah,
gold
like in the
medal.
history
of
Olympics.
Most gold ever for a
3K.
country. Yeah.
And then Simone Biles also won.
She's most decorated gymnast ever.
She's
Yep.
just racking them up.
So
It's-
they got the team, and now it'll be. I'm assuming the individual all
Individuals.
around. Yeah, the individual and individual.
She's
all
just got to
around.
keep racking it up anymore.
Oh,
Like, nothing's holding her back.
She's just a superhuman in terms of her athletic ability. But I mean, I watched the documentary, and I mean, she works super, super hard. So
I mean, there was that one year that they like had to like forbid some of her moves because
Yeah.
nobody else could do them.
that's not her problem.
You
That's
never-
what I-
did
that's
you
what I
hear- you didn't
said.
hear about that,
Yeah,
Jess?
I didn't know they forbade it.
Yeah, like she
Yeah.
couldn't do them. They banned those. Like
Just,
some
you
of her
can't do this
routines.
quadruple flip in
Yeah,
the
because
air.
nobody
and-
else could do it. It's too dangerous. All right, gold medal automatically.
I know, right?
Everybody else compete for the other medals.
I mean, the one girl was one of the first girls to do her. I saw this, I think, on TikTok, or maybe I was watching on Peacock, the Olympics, and the one girl did her move. You know, like I don't think you should be penalized and not be able to do moves you worked really hard on because somebody else can't do it. Work harder.
I mean, yeah, I'm not sure if that was the reason, but I know it was too dangerous. I know that much.
Yeah, she was just too good.
She's just too good. I mean,
I like that Turkish guy that just picked up the gun randomly and won silver.
That was a heck of a story. Did you hear that one?
What?
So this dude from Turkey won silver.
Yeah.
He just went up there like with jeans and a regular shirt. He didn't even use all the equipment for the sharpshooters. He literally just went up there and was like, bam, bam, and won silver. And his motivation was because his ex-wife like thought he called him pretty much a loser. And he
That'll
wanted
do it. That'll do it. Leave it to a woman to inspire you.
He wanted custody of his kids.
Yeah.
So he did it to prove her wrong.
Good for him.
And then when he was up there, he was like, and I want my dog back.
Oh,
Dude, you gotta look into it. Yeah, you didn't hear that? Yeah.
No, that's great.
But leave it to a woman to inspire you one way or another.
Behind every man succeeding at
There's
life
a fucking
is
good woman
a crazy.
or a bitch. Oh my God. And happy birthday to OG Daddy. He is 70 today. So
Really?
happy
It's
birthday.
7-0. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to him. And sad news, on the other hand, we lost 2 people in Manassas this week. It's been a tough week for everybody here. Greg Cook, he started Old Town Strong and many other things. And he was just really supportive of our podcast, always asking me if I wanted to post something. Just an infectious, kind human. Always wanted to see other people achieve their goals, a champion of other people, and just somebody everybody knows in Manassas. So it's really, really sad. So, and then additionally, I believe it was Ryan. I don't know him as well, Ryan Fox. So, and you know, a lot of my friends are really, really devastated. I mean, I just was. I think I'm still stunned over Greg. So after, we are going to be at First Friday, guys. After we do our thing at First Friday at 9:30, I think they're doing a candlelight thing at Harris Pavilion right there in Old Town.
Okay.
So I'm going to walk with Oshi over there. So, you know, just
Pour one
hugs to all of us and all my friends. I know they're, you know, we're really close and taking it super, super hard. So anyway, oh yes, 35 squared OG Daddy. 35 squared. That's what I put on his wall today. He's 35 squared because...
I thought he was going to celebrate with 2 35-year-olds.
No, because I don't believe that anybody gets old. We just get fabulous. That's not in my vocabulary.
We just get fabulous.
So, anyway, move on. We have Cagezilla coming up here August 24th. Just a few, that is DMV's longest running and most successful MMA promotion. If you have any questions about that, or I don't know if we have any tables left. I didn't check before we came. We're pretty much sold out. You can go to Tribe Called Jess Official at gmail.com. Email me. I do take care of all the VIP management for that. So hit me up. I will help you out. And we have Local Palooza. John, I didn't put the date. I'm sorry. It went out of my head for Local Palooza. Could
August
you pull that
17th.
up for me? August 17th? Mm-hmm. And Black
I'm well
Flag
aware.
is going to be there. And what's the other band, since you're well aware?
Oh, God damn it.
Go look on the page.
He was talking about it on our way over.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. It's an
It's the
indoor
third one.
indoor festival. It's really cool. It's always really busy. I know Black Flag just off the top of my head.
It's like 3 to 12, you said, Julio.
Hold
I
on.
think, right?
John's going to tell us. Go ahead, John.
So it'll be Age of Ruin, the Knuckleheads, Ben Demaz, Days of Fire, and Black Flag.
Excellent. So make sure you make it out for that. And then we will be at First Friday outside of Zandra's in
Yes.
Old Town Manassas. And First Friday, I will be broadcasting from about probably like 5:30 until about 9 o'clock. And we are going to ask you questions on the street. We're going to talk some smack. We're going to try some food. Lumi's open now. Voodoo's open. I ate at Lumi. Exceptional
What's
food.
Lumi's?
It's the old Okras. Chris and some other partners who own CJ Fins now on that. And Jeff and I went, Jeff's been several times. Jeff and I went for a lunch meeting, and oh my God, this is right up my alley. I could eat there every
What kind of food is it?
Asian fusion. Ooh. Oh, it's so good. It's so good, and it's so healthy. It's all like they have a ahi sushi burrito.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. I did the bowl. It was incredible food. So we'll be out there. Frank the Tank will be with me. I don't know if Julio's coming down. We will have the
I don't
girls
even know.
from, hold on, Until They Kick Us Out podcast with Simone and Nikki. I know Simone is going to stop by. Hopefully Nikki will. And Smitty from Notebook Wagering might pop in. And so we will all be on mic. A lot of the podcast. I don't know if Jeff's coming from Stand Up and Shout, but you know I get crazy and talk to everybody and talk smack.
Yes, we do. Yes, you do.
You do too. You do too. It's fun being out there in the streets with the people. So stop by and see us. So, and then one more shout out to, everyone. One of our videos that I posted for all the pods, but it happened to be a video of me. Remember, I asked the question, what age do women start having that they were 25 or 2,600 women were surveyed, the best sex, that age and on. So
What was the answer again?
Well, hold on.
She hasn't shared it yet.
I did
So we still
on the
don't
show.
know.
I did.
I don't remember.
Yeah, it was 36. Oh, you were drunk. It was 36. And John, what
Oh,
did
36.
Oh, sorry.
It was 36.
But I want to say thank you to everyone for sharing. And we have how many views on this video?
When I checked this afternoon, it was like 650,000.
I saw
Yeah, we have-
670 like right before we walked in.
We have
Let me get updated numbers.
somewhere around 670,000 views, 1 or 2,000 likes, and comments galore. And I have been going back to everybody and commenting, but I looked at the people commenting. I mean, we got people from Mexico City in Mexico,
Mexico.
Oklahoma, Indiana. So
Gaithersburg.
that video, I don't want to say that's viral, but that video has picked up a lot of traffic, and that only happens because people are watching and sharing and commenting, and so we really, really appreciate it. And I do want to say some comments, though. So the answer was 36. 36.
Exactly half of 69.
And one guy, a friend of mine, said, well, when do you got, was there a peak cutoff age? And I'm like, no.
Mine answer was the best.
No. Your answer sucked. Your answer said something about menopause. Be
Yes, it's
quiet.
right before menopause and then it dies.
Oh my God. How do you know? You hang out with
That's science.
No, Frankie, it's not science.
You can tell-
I think women actually get more sexual as they get older, and men would go down more likely. I really do think
Wow,
that.
why are you pointing at me? I shared that in confidence.
In confidence.
All right, but so he said, do you peak? And I was like, well, I'm 49. I'm just fine. I have the testosterone of an 18-year-old boy.
Damn.
I just need to find a boy.
Or get yourself a good sock.
Ew.
667,000 is the current number.
Wow. That's just incredible. So the other comment was some guy said, well, no, let me read what the lady said first, because
Age before beauty.
no, she said it isn't an age. It is when you find the right partner that sets more than your body on fire. Can he ignite your mind or soul? Does he take the time to know everything he possibly can about you? That is when it gets mind-blowing. I actually agree with that on some level.
Yeah.
I think when you keep connecting, keep communicating, like we say, keep being intentional about your sex life, I think, therefore, that matters. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, of course. When you get to know all her personalities, bam.
You're such a fucking dick. What about all your personalities? Okay,
We
for
asked-
the
we-
record, Frankie is my best friend. The amount of personalities I have. Let me put on some love songs and just cry for 2 hours and let's watch movies, Jessica. Let's watch movies. Let me cry.
He cried
Speaking of
he
speaking
cried
of
the other
which,
day.
have you seen Instant Family?
Yeah, the one with Reese Witherspoon.
No.
With Marky Mark and Rose Byrne.
Oh no,
Where
what?
they adopt those 3 kids?
What stream? Oh yes. Oh, that's a great movie. Did you bawl your eyes
Oh no,
out?
I had all the types of crying.
I bawled.
Like teary eye, like watery eyes, and then just tears coming down, and then ugly crying like.
Oh no, I ugly cried on that one. That movie was a great movie. If you haven't seen it, repeat it, Frankie.
Instant Family. Repeat the crying.
or the title?
Yeah, start crying. Then a guy said, which a couple of you guys in here, I don't think it was you two, guessed 22.
Oh, that's
And
too young.
he said, 22. It's all downhill from there, ladies. It makes no difference if you're horny from 40 plus. Your best years as far as men are concerned are behind you. So hold on. So I go, hold on.
That's
Well,
funny.
no. Fair. Everybody's entitled to their wrong opinion. So I said,
crying.
tell me why. I said, tell me why you think this. I'm curious, as I've heard men say this. At 49, I would beg to differ, but always want to hear more when I see these responses. It's interesting. And then I go, well, when are a man's best years behind
That's what
him,
I wanna
in
know
your
now.
opinion? Oh, no, I just want him to tell me so I can tell him my opinion of when men's best years are. So what I think that comment, and I'm not mad. I'm not mad about the comment. I appreciate the comments and that I can take it. Believe me, I can take it.
My
I would
sign was
say-
about
but
making.
logically, if he's referring to looks, that could, I think women are prettiest at 36 and sometimes up. And if you can get surgery and maintain yourself and stay in shape, you'll keep being pretty. And that's fair. I mean, I had to do it.
Yeah.
Not everybody does. Some people can grow gracefully and look gorgeous, but unfortunately, that wouldn't have been the case for me. But I do understand where that youthfulness, that reference to youthful looking comes in. But in terms of sex, I'm going to say that women are more experienced. They know what they want. They're more uninhibited in their 40s, and they're just full speed go. And I don't care if they're single, relationship,
It's complicated.
straight, gay, anything. Like, women are full speed go after that because they know what they want, they know what they like, and they're not afraid to try things and ask for it.
It's a lot less starfishing.
A lot less starfishing. I don't know. I didn't starfish at 22. So
That's a good question. When did you start starfishing, America?
I only starfish when you're sick.
I don't know what that is.
Like,
Yeah,
you just
neither
lay
do I.
there. You just lay there. In other words, you're so sick. Like, when I starfish, what? Is it not?
No. I was showing.
No,
I was
yeah.
starfishing.
Yeah, starfish. You just lay there because, you're sick or you're just like so exhausted you just can't.
Or you're just so drunk you can't move.
No, that's your.
I thought that was a
speaks to me.
pillow princess.
Pillow Princess.
That's a good one. I
Is that
like
one of
that.
Jason's toys?
Is that one of Jason's toys?
Pillow Princess.
I don't know. I
Just
mean,
tell us.
What?
I don't think just. You know what though? I don't think just age. Age doesn't just play
A factor.
a factor in best sex, because I think also like.
Agree.
I think also like your health. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
I think that makes a big difference.
I think, guys, I would encourage, and, Nancy's coming on next week. I think Jason's going to come back, and all of us will be here. And Nancy and I are going to kind of put the show together, collaborate a little bit. One of the best things you can do for yourself is find a way to get healthy.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean perfect. But people ask me all the time, what do you do? They think I have this special formula, and I don't. It's consistency and discipline. Yeah. I didn't want to go this morning. I wanted to sleep a little bit more. I had a lot on my plate, but I went because it's consistency and discipline. It's mitigating your choices throughout the day. And then mitigating when you are allowed to have treats. And if you know you can't control yourself, then for a little while, abstain from the treats until you get to that place where the treats kind of make you feel icky enough to where you're like, okay, that was good. I don't want any more of that. And it's not easy, but you got to start somewhere. And I promise you, it's longevity, obviously, and health and endurance and sex too. I mean,
I think it's not physically, but also like emotionally and mentally. Like, if you combine all those and then a certain age, boom, I think all that plays a huge factor.
I just wish it would come with like a warning label, like you will get hornier.
I mean, I'll tell you, I've just always enjoyed sex, and I'm not talking about guys. So like in my relationships, I think I've always been just a high sex drive.
I mean, sex is enjoyable. I mean, if you don't enjoy it, then
some women tell me, "Oh, I don't even know how you have that." I just always have. It's not a brag or like, "Oh, look at me! Pick me." I can't. If you know my one pet peeve, I can't stand pick me girls. Stop it, ladies. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. But no, I mean, it's not like a pick me. I just have. You know what I mean? But I mean that will sustain that. I mean the getting in shape. So.
Yeah, I mean personally, I think I say my best time was like probably like early 30s.
Yeah.
That's when I could say I was like,
Why?
I mean, I felt mature. I was like,
Your best sex?
Yeah.
All right, so men out there.
For me, like early 30s.
So to our men out there, and you don't have to answer now, but whoever listens back. They can DM me, whatever, and I'll put a poll up. What do you think that was that age for you? Right? I mean, you're only 30.
I can't really comment right now because
Comment, John.
Probably 20s, early 20s.
Why would you guys not think it's enjoyable now? Like,
No, I
why,
didn't say enjoyable. I said,
or why
Well,
are
it's
you
like-
limiting yourself to those were your best? I'm like, my best is yet to
I'm
come,
not
and it's
limiting.
been great.
I'm not limiting it up to now. The experience that I've had up to today, this day.
Do you think health plays a role in that?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everything, life experience, like the traumas that I've lived emotionally, physically, health also. At that time, I was just emotionally, mentally, physically, like at my peak in everything.
Yeah.
I just felt great in every aspect of my life. Like I was so happy, had my family. I mean,
Yeah.
health wise, everything. Like I would work out. Business was great. Like so, just
Everything. Yeah.
everything was at peak.
John.
I'm only going 20s, like based off of quantity, and I think I probably discovered things that I liked and didn't like in my 20s, and things that I probably discovered for the first time from
Yeah.
just experimenting and trying new things, and then where we're at now.
Yeah. I think I will say sex for me has only gotten better with age. Definitely. I
I was
mean,
like, okay, Rihanna,
but
sex with me.
I will say the best sex, if I
What
was
is
to
it?
judge like an all around, has been when it's not only great physically, everything's matching, but
Yeah.
definitely that emotional connection. It doesn't energy. I'm talking about energy.
Correct,
Because
yeah.
you can love somebody and not be great sex.
Yeah.
But that energy and the kissing during the sex, and I think that's when I can look at those, like I can still visualize those moments in my head, not right now. And be like, wow, that feeling was just absolutely incredible because
Yeah.
the totality of that. So, yeah, so I appreciative of all the comments. And some people were like 80, 90. I will say collectively, a lot of people said 40s, women and men alike, 40 up.
Yeah.
So pretty close. One guy said 8. I'm like, oh my God, stop it. You can't say that. But yeah, I wouldn't say as many said in their 20s. So anyway, thanks guys. Keep them coming. Keep liking
Keep it
us.
coming.
Keep it
Keep banging.
coming. Oh, he thinks we're going off air because I said thanks
I
guys.
know.
My
Wow.
dog Oshi is on the show and
He
he
pays attention.
responds to my voice inflection to when I'm signing off. So when I say thank you like that, he thinks we're signing off.
I saw that.
you think we're finally getting out of here?
He's like, we're leaving. No, he loves being here. He tries to pull me back in the minute we leave. Okay, so we did the tribology. I have a few questions, which is something we're going to do, which we laughed about, which is advice so bad, it's good. Who the fuck wants advice from us?
Exactly.
I don't think we're bad at it, but
The hopeless. The hopeless ones.
I do think collectively, we joke a lot, but we have a lot of good things we can help people with because of our experience in different ways and what we've been through.
We've been through so much shit.
Not you. You're 12.
I could tell them
Middle
what
school's
not,
hard.
Jess, I could tell them what not to do.
Exactly.
We can all tell them what not to do. But I think we're all self-aware enough that we can give advice based off that, which I think is
Yeah.
really good. I think sometimes people dish advice based off just ego or blah, blah, blah. And really, you just want to give people their best go and just help them like really navigate, because I don't think it's about preventing people from their journey. It's about just making the journey maybe a little more understandable, because the unknown is just so scary. But
Or at least, if anything, it helps us a warning to see some signs,
I think that, and like if somebody had told me, and here we go with the prophetic Jessica, but if somebody had told me self-awareness was going to be one of the loneliest journeys I ever went on, I don't know if I would have done it. Now, when I phrased it to my friend, one of my girlfriends, Carrie Ann, I phrase it different. Like I was like, it is lonely, but it's one of the best journeys you'll ever go on. But it is lonely because you start to weed people out. But you know, maybe I would have liked a little forewarning. It was really lonely.
Hey, that
and
song said it right. 1 is the loneliest number.
Let's get spicy. What's up, Ron? How are you? I'm reading off the YouTube, guys. We're gonna get spicy. So, one of the Tribali questions our viewers wrote in was, should the oddball out have to leave right after a threesome? And I fell out laughing. I go, is this a for real question? But then other people were like, yeah, get him the Uber. One's like, no, let him stay and like cook breakfast. He said like, no, let him stay and cook breakfast. But I kind of thought about it, and I'm like, if you have a threesome, and I love this. The guy's assumption is, well, yeah, tell her to leave. And I was like, what if it's 2 guys? Why is the assumption it's always 2 girls? Like, nah.
Well, you still tell her to leave.
What do you think? What's the call there, guys? And then I'll tell you what I did. No, I'm just kidding.
I'll tell you how they treated me last time. I don't know.
You paid both of them at the same time.
Did you have a threesome?
You know what I said, right?
You had a threesome?
No, I haven't had a threesome
Ever?
yet.
Are you lying right now?
I'm trying to do the math.
You look like you're
Trying to
lying.
do the math.
I'm like, how many arms and legs were there?
Stop it.
But I think
So that would be a yes.
I
You
wouldn't
totally
say just
had a
kick them
threesome.
out, but like, you know, like,
No,
hey,
like if you're like, okay, so I think the question is to be not serious for a sec, bust and dash.
listen,
But I guess like the main couple, and then you have the one
Correct.
that you invited.
I think the reference is the main couple, and then you've invited a person in.
Yeah.
Let's go with a girl, guys, since that's what everybody wanted to go with. Because of
so
course,
2 guys invite a girl over.
2 girls invite a guy, or yeah, which would be hot. Anyway, but no, a couple invites a girl, let's say, and then you know you do your thing, and it's like the chick's hanging out, and it's kind of like I think it's kind of where you're at in that lifestyle, right? If you live that lifestyle as kind of like a part of your life, and everybody's integrated, and other people you hang out with have that lifestyle, then I think it's probably Gucci if they stick around. It wouldn't matter because there's a big understanding of that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think if it's just something you're trying, there's a lot of emotion that goes into that, and it's normal, like jealousy and like, did you like her better, you know, blah blah blah. So I think it would be in your best interest, to like give her a little breakfast and go home. You know, it's time to go, and I think you would be stupid as a man, but also a woman. You need to then bond with your partner, and you know, because there is a lot of emotion there. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, I guess it depends if it's like, I don't want to say a random person, but if it's someone you don't know that well, then it's like, okay, we're done. Like,
Yeah.
bye.
I
But
don't
if
think I'd
it's
be
someone-
having threesomes with people I didn't know well.
But then if it's someone that you know,
Right.
then it's different, you know.
Yeah.
Different dynamic.
I think that's actually worse because you know you're seeing them more on a repetitive basis.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you don't live the lifestyle, it's something you tried. Definitely
Have a gift bag.
have a gift bag and send them on their way and pay for
Thanks
their
for
Uber.
I don't know
banging.
if I don't know if
I
I,
do
can have
like-
a threesome
I
if I'm
do
in a
like-
relationship, though.
I know. I'm just, I'm speaking high level to answer the question. I do like Spicy Ron, bust and dash. That's going to be a new hashtag, bust and dash. We need that shirt, Spicy Ron. You need to send me that tanked half top, bust and dash. I like it. You like that?
That's a good one.
Born to bang and bust and dash.
Born to bang and busting.
John, you have an opinion before I move on? No.
No, I'm just trying to think like how my first one ended. It just was
You left.
awkward. No, it was at my place. So, I mean, if anything, I was going to kick the other person out. But I think we all just kind of hung out and just watched TV afterwards. It was kind of
Was it weird or it was
no,
fine?
it wasn't really weird. It's like we all were just hanging out, watching a show, and then it just became that, and it just we both kind of got our rocks off, and she was the receiving one, and that
Busted
was
dash.
it. Yeah.
Bust and dash. I love it. Oh, yeah. Speaking of looking at there, do you guys know that there's Pound Town, Virginia? It's called Pound Town, Virginia. It's right on the border of, I think, Virginia and West Virginia. Pound Town.
Pound Town?
Pound Town. Look it up. I'm for real.
Welcome
It's
to
called
Pound Town.
Pound Town, Virginia.
Pound Town.
I wonder the marketing that comes out of that town.
I feel like I just watched a movie or something recently with that name.
Pound Town? There's
I
a
heard it
movie name-
somewhere
Was it a
first.
porn?
I'm pretty sure it was a porn.
Did Did you watch a porn named Pound Town? If they are not marketing that on a T-shirt, it's probably religious. They can't. But if they're not marketing Pound Town on a T-shirt,
How deep into Virginia is that town?
69.
69.
It's 6 hours and 19 minutes for her, so it's almost
60
69
Oh, wow.
right there.
69 minutes to Pound Town.
Off of
Yeah.
Route 69.
Off of Route 69.
There's only like 800 people that live there.
Well, they're obviously
Like,
not.
obviously they're not-
They're obviously not pounding.
They're not born to pound.
All right, and then Julio actually asked me a question. You said, "What kinks do you have now after being with someone? Do you have one that you have a golden shower since you got one?
I still don't
You
like
little
that.
fucking perv."
It's not like I asked for it.
Was it a All right, let's go back because I remember this. Was this a purposeful golden shower, or was it just she pissed on you while you were showering?
No, she wanted me to give her a golden shower, and I was like, I don't do that. And then she pushed me back. It's like, this is how you do it. And then she pissed on me.
Were you on a bed, a couch,
I would have.
like
I
was a
would have been
couch.
offended. I would. Ew.
a hotel couch at least?
It was not a home couch.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'll tell you after, John.
I think I got
it.
rid of that shirt too.
Oh, I would be very upset. That would gross me out. Like if someone just pissed on me, like without my permission. I wouldn't let them do it with my permission.
She had
It's
not had
not pee.
It wasn't.
Ew! Stop it,
Golden
guys.
shower is not
Ugh.
pee.
Ugh. Yes, it is.
It's not.
Well, the one. All right, John. What were you going to
Whatever
say?
Supposedly,
liquid.
right?
What
No,
kink-
when you were talking about Pound Town, there's a town in Virginia called Short Pump.
Short pump Pound Town.
And there's a town in Delaware called Swallow Hill. Blue
Swallow.
Ball Village in Maryland.
What's the population in Swallow Hill?
Not
Floyd's
much.
Knob.
Probably more than Pound Town. though. Pound Town, Swallow. Wait, we need a.
Welcome to
So I
Swallow.
got a
John.
state map. I'll try to throw it on the
John.
screen here.
The shirt says, "Welcome to Swallow, where
text
we
me.
don't spit."
John, send me that list so I can post it.
It's all girls.
Just
or
text
you
it
dad.
to me when you have a chance. That's pretty funny. We don't spit. Are you? Do you like? So when a girl goes down on you, or do you care if she spits or swallows? Do you have a preference? I always wonder this from guys. I don't think I've ever asked them.
The first time,
Why is this show turning into such a pervy show? Because we have such good information. Oh well, go ahead.
it's educational.
It's educational.
So
It's your king channel.
The
It is
first,
educational.
the first time I had, someone gave me head and swallowed, was one of the biggest turn-ons. That
Really?
yeah, it was so wow.
Yep.
All right. What's one of the kinks that you've gotten from
I
someone that you
haven't really nothing kinky. I'm really not a
like?
kinky
Somebody
like that.
didn't do anything to you that you carried on.
No, not really.
They were like, oh,
No.
John.
It's like, I'd rather not say.
I can't say either.
You know what? You all prudes.
I can't.
No, it's the truth. I don't.
All right. I like to be smacked around a little bit.
Oh, you like the rough sex?
John shaking his head. I'm selling you out. Okay, like how hard of a smack? Like or punch in the face? Like
God damn, Jess. Sex is not like trying to conquer.
I'm just asking. Let John answer.
Well, no, I thought Julio was answering answering this one.
Well, like, okay, so you just like a little smack. So you're basically a bitch, is what you're saying.
What? Hell
Yeah.
no. It's
Look,
like
he's grumpy today. He's gonna get mad at me.
it's like trying to be king of the mountain. You know, like who wants to be on top?
No, I don't know. John,
If it leaves a mark, it's good.
Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out what he's talking about. So go ahead, Julio.
he likes to get
He
smacked
likes rough.
around.
He likes rough sex.
Yeah, I know. I'm just getting it off me.
Oh,
He's- yeah, but like if it leaves a mark, then it's great.
okay. So
You
just
like-
leaves a mark.
Face. Where do you like? Where's like your preference if you're going to get?
Do you like
get hit?
getting punched in the nuts?
You want a dick shot? What do you
Yeah.
What do you like? Like where's your primary spot if she was going to slap you? Where are you hoping that she slaps you?
Like there's dudes that like to heel like on their balls, stuff like that.
Okay, that's too intense.
Oh,
I know.
that's intense for me, and I don't even have balls. Debatable.
Me either.
We know.
Like face? You like to walk by and she just slaps you on the butt like good game? Like
No, see, growing up, girls would always like smack my butt, so it's like whatever. I guess, yeah, I could say face.
I like hardcore, like public. Okay, not all the time, guys. Not all this, because I can go both ways with PDA. I'm good with PDA if someone needs PDA, but I can go both ways, like PDA appropriate. But once in a while, or more than it depends on. But I like that hardcore, get dirty, like, and be inconspicuous about it. That's hot. I like the. All right, I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah.
That's good.
Oh, keep going.
No, I'm just not.
Yeah, I don't mind some like hardcore, but not to the point where like you bite me and you smack me and leave marks. Nah.
No.
I'm super sensitive.
We know. All right, so I heard this story. Okay, moving on, because we have a lot to get to. But I'm going to start it off with this, then tell you the story. Do you think it's okay? Because I read this and I was talking to people about it. If you are single, not in a committed relationship, and maybe you have a roster, I'm not talking about a long roster list, but you do have a roster, and you're seeing several people, and we know I don't even have one, guys. So just before I get those questions, and I can't carry a roster, we know this. But do you think it's okay for somebody to have multiple sexual partners?
Me personally, if you're single in no relationship, yes.
Yeah, I mean, unless you're in a committed relationship, then by all means, go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just, make sure you wrap
I'm
it.
not talking about just as a guy, like women too.
No, this was actually a woman that had multiple sexual partners.
Yeah.
Just wrap it before you tap it,
I think a couple of things need to be happening there. I think you need to be being honest with the person that you are sleeping with, that you are sleeping with other people. I do think you need to be honest about it for a couple of reasons, especially if it's like regional, same area. People find out, like, people feel really disrespected.
But why? You're not in a relationship.
Well, because some people don't want to sleep with other people that are sleeping with other people, and they should have that opportunity to say, you know what, I respect that you told me, but I don't want to sleep with you. And I think that is a fair thing.
I mean, why?
And then, hold on, if somebody's sleeping with multiple, this is just an opinion.
Oh, no, yeah.
Somebody's sleeping with multiple people. And, well, I kind of want to move on. We can bring this back next week because we have bigger things to talk about, because you had other questions.
Yeah.
Just the right size things to talk about.
Just the right size, baby.
Always got to be big.
I mean, okay. I mean, not for Gabby.
3.3.
Oh, God.
3.3. However, her man is hung like a horse. So that was the funniest shit ever when she's like, 3.3. I love those dicks, but he's hung like a horse, and I'm like,
he was like, I'm sorry, my 12-inch cock is not your is not your taste.
I died. We'll have her back on soon. She's always fun. She's always fun. But I also think, like, what if that person that you know has multiple partners, and then I always think like 10 steps ahead. So I'm like, yeah, they're using protection and this and that and blah blah blah, but what if they get drunk one night with this other person and they raw dog it, and then I'm at risk? Because at the end of the day, I'm not trying to get STDs if I have the choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's best to be honest. You think different?
No. I agree. The mature thing to do,
I think it's hard to do.
Is not it's not just to say that you're doing that, but I think it's also fair to be like, hey, how often do you get tested? Like, I get tested 3 times a year. Right? How often do you get tested?
And I think, too, another reason why it's mature is, let's say I'm seeing somebody and I'm looking for a monogamous part. I can't talk. You know what I'm trying to say. Thank you, partner. And I do know the word,
from
guys.
monogamous.
And this person isn't telling me, and I'm thinking this is going one way.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah, player, fuckboy shit, fuck girl shit. Like, I get it, right? But, like, a decent human being would be, we should be having that conversation to see where we're at. I do think that if we're seeing each other multiple times.
No, I agree 100%.
Yeah. John, any opinion on this? I mean, make it conversational, not like Jessica question and answer.
Yeah, no, I think for the most part of my younger days, if I wasn't going to be in a, oh, sorry, I was trying to think your stream is playing in the background. If I was sleeping around, it would be, I would typically just wrap it up, and I really wouldn't be like, hey, are you having sex with anybody else? Because it was just kind of,
I mean,
bouncing around, but I wasn't.
If you're bouncing, and I'm not, for young people out there, I'm not encouraging bouncing around. But if you are, and there's no second date, third date, I think that's a totally different topic. You know, I don't sit down with somebody, and by the way, in my lifetime, I've slept with. I'm saying if you're having multiple dates here, multiple dates there, and you're sleeping with both people, I think it's a fair ask for many reasons to say. And that's what the article suggested. I mean, I'd be curious to hear audience feedback on that. Even, you know, DM me. Or,
I mean, we're talking about like a roster, though, or like repeated sexual encounters.
But with specific people, specific dates, and you're sleeping with both.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it, guys. I can't. I couldn't keep a roster and sleep. I just couldn't. I couldn't do it. I just would feel weird about it.
Yeah.
I really think I would. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if necessarily because if I do it, it's just I think certain rules should be communication, everything, right? I think those are two vital things. Like, you know, hey.
Yeah, but I don't think people are doing it.
But should
I
you
think they're
ask? You should
sleeping
share?
with multiple people they're dating, and they're not telling that and giving the other person the option to
But
say,
that's the
"Hey, I'm
thing,
not
though.
comfortable with that."
That's the thing. And this is what I tell my daughters, right? I'm like, look, yes, sex is a wonderful experience, but it also comes, you know, with responsibilities.
Yep.
I think we fail to, you know, most of the parents are like, I think, you know, back in the day, most parents were like, oh, you can't be having sex. Oh, no, you should be a virgin when you get married. But they never explain why, what do they mean behind that, right? So when I tell my kids, I tell them that. I said, look, personally, it would be great if you know, stay a virgin and marry, you know, wait until you get married and have sex, right? But if you don't choose that, then you have to understand that with sex comes a lot of responsibility, emotional and physically. You know, so you have to be aware of that stuff, and then I break it down.
I think for girls, it comes with a lot of emotional. I don't say the best option would be. I didn't say to Nico the best option would be to stay a virgin until he was married. I just said there are consequences, obviously life consequences, physical, but there's also, I think, especially for girls, and I'm not saying there's not for guys, just the way we're wired. For young girls, there's emotional consequences. I think that are different from the emotional consequences for guys.
Of course,
right?
I mean, we're different.
So leading into that, I heard a story, and you and I were talking, and you said, why aren't more people monogamous? Which is going to lead us into our little serious, and then I'm going to get out of it, and we'll end with a little cuffing, maybe handcuffs. We'll talk about what that means.
New kinks.
But I heard a story of a group of guys who were going to a bachelor party to Vegas, and the before and after story. The plan was for these married men and the groom to sleep with hookers, and they came back and they did such a thing, including the groom. And some other girls hearing this story were completely disheartened. I think I just had that sick feeling in my stomach, although it didn't shock me, because I just, and I'm not saying women don't do it. This is just the story I heard before. Guys feel like I'm a fair dealer when it comes to that stuff. I just was like, how can you go out and you are going to marry somebody, or you are married, and make a conscious, intentional decision that you are going to go sleep with somebody else, let alone hookers, and hookers need love too. But I'm just saying, how can you do that with a clean, conscious mind? And these men weren't what I would consider stereotypical, and I guess there is no such thing anymore. And I think I just, for the less worldly women that were there, I think it scared the living shit. For me, I'm just like, we got to do better, guys. We got to do better. I mean, that is really, really fucking bad. And then my other thing, which led back to your question, and it could be a group of girls, I would give the same fucking answer, okay? I think to your question was, why do people get married or in relationships so fast, or relationships at all, if they're not going to remain monogamous? Correct? That was your question.
That was my question.
So that's why when you asked that, it just happened to be that I heard this story, and I was just like, I don't know. I can't even imagine thinking that way. And like the thought of somebody doing that to me, although I was cheated on in Vegas, and I heard about this after I was out of that relationship. So it's just betrayal so dirty, but that's really dirty and intentional.
But is it really betrayal if they're saying, "Hey, this is what we're gonna do"?
They did it. They came
Yeah,
back.
but that's not. He let them know. He let her know.
No, they were telling the story to a group of friends, and we happened to be present.
I thought they had told
There's
her.
no permission here.
Okay, no, I thought they had
I
told
thought
her
they had a hall
significant.
pass.
That
Yeah.
doesn't. No.
I thought they had told their significant other, "Hey."
Okay, drop that
we're
because
getting
that's
hooked.
not it at all. Because the viewers are going to get confused. No,
I'm confused.
no, it's
But
really bad.
isn't that most bachelorette and bachelor parties? They all fuck around before finally getting married.
Well, all the ones that I've been present at in late have been all co-ed, and everybody's having a good time because the men would never. And I've been out in Vegas 13 times, and there's plenty of bachelor parties. I've been with the bachelorette party. Nobody was naughty, and they were all super fucking hot girls. And secondly, the bachelor parties, you run into people pool. Of course, they have mouths, they breathe, but nobody was trying to hit on anybody, and they were good-looking guys. I mean, where are the morals and care? Look, so you're in a committed relationship with somebody, and she goes on her bachelorette party and is like, free reign, I'm going to fuck somebody else? That makes sense? That's not betrayal?
No, I'm not saying it makes sense, but I'm saying that's what a lot of people do. Even movies are based on that.
I expect it. I think what's shocking to me more and more, whether it be in dating, whether it be watching TikToks, because there's this whole sellout thing now. Girls are seeing guys who are in bachelorette parties filming them when they hit on them. They post it, you've seen it on TikTok, and say, if your man's name such and such and was in Nashville, he hit on me and tried to fuck me. And they're selling them out. And I'm like, it's awesome. And girls too. Guys are selling girls out. So equal. Like, I'm like, good. Sell them all out.
Well,
I mean, it's one thing to be flirty. I get that. The flirty with your little scavenger hunt, or just like, yeah, my boys. Like, and look, everybody's reasonable here. But intentional fucking somebody else and the group, like, what? And it's more, I'm telling you, it's more and more in this mid-30s and up crowd that I'm seeing the worst behavior go on in, at least men that are approaching me and the way they talk, and then this behavior.
I'm curious to see. I'm going to Google it now. What the origin and the purpose of bachelor and bachelorette parties were. Because to me, I've always had the impression.
Okay, we're talking about today.
I know. Okay, but what I'm saying is, I've always had the impression that the purpose of having your bachelorette or your bachelor party and going somewhere to Vegas or wherever you go, it's one last hurrah.
With your friends.
Yeah, not just with your friends, but to do whatever you want to do.
No.
Whether it's fuck around and all that.
No. John's even shaking his head. No.
And that's done.
No. Yes, I mean, everybody makes a big joke.
I mean,
but
most movies are like that. Most movies are based
Frankie,
on
we don't
like
live
that.
in Hollywood. We live in reality.
Movies are based on reality.
John, help me here before I lose it.
I'm not saying it's fine. I'm just saying that's the idea that I thought. Personally,
I don't give a fuck what the idea is. It's
Okay.
bad to fucking go fuck somebody when you're about to come home and get fucking married.
Okay, I agree. And I'm going to tell you what I personally believe. I personally believe once you're engaged, I consider myself married already.
Once you're with somebody and committed, you should assume that and not
Yeah, but
cheat on
it's-
them.
but what
I
I'm saying
agree.
is-
Leveled up.
Yeah,
I'm not mad
exactly.
at you, but
I'm not-
I was fucking pissed when I heard this because that is just disgusting.
I mean, it's horrible.
And I'm
yeah.
a pretty liberal fucking person, like in terms of like, okay, let me think the whole situation through. That's just fucking dirty.
And that's why I had told you. I said I don't understand why people.
By the way, Frankie and I are best friends. Sorry, it got me so
Oh, yeah,
mad today,
I'm not-
and that's what I wanted to say to them.
Yeah, I'm
Real
not
quick,
taking it
let
personally.
John say what he was going to say, and then I do want you to follow up on your question.
No, I think you just. I mean, yeah, you already covered it. I mean, Frankie's
With all
on
my
the same kind of
efforts.
thought. He's on the thought process that I think I've heard as well. It's like your last send off, your last hoorah to have a good time.
Yeah.
But I think having a good time is is not going out and hooking up with a hooker. I think it's going out with your boys, maybe
Flirty.
maybe a little flirty. You're having a good time. You're
That's
maybe
fair.
looking at things you wouldn't necessarily look at, like at a strip club.
Correct.
But as far as fucking, it's a whole, or even anything above looking is kind of crossing the line, especially when you're about to get married. Like if you're committed to somebody and you're ready to settle down and have this future with somebody, and you're going out and you're doing those things, you're really not. You're just fucking over the person you're going to try to commit the rest of your life with.
I agree 100%.
I know you do. I know you do. I cannot imagine. I was disheartened because I already have a hard time. I don't want to say trusting, but just oh God, with the things guys say to me, and hearing this from my kind of peers, our age group more, not yours, but I'm just thinking. I think
it's just the fact that it was the blatant disregard for the other person. Like they knew what they were doing. They full on set everything up, and it was all just intentional to just
why
fuck around.
get married? Let her go find someone amazing. But go ahead, Frankie.
You know what though? I interesting what you just said, Julio. That's just another level, because one thing is going out, right, partying with your boys, and if you happen to meet a couple of girls, and you, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying it's a certain level, and you wind up hooking up, good. But this was oh, we're hiding hookers and we're fucking. It's it's a done deal.
It's all bad. It's all bad. But, and I'll go with what John said, going back to me saying I'm logical. Look, of course, flirty, the stripper. I think that is not unreasonable. And I'll tell you, I've been witness to it, and on both sides, and most people do keep it online, and then the girls are like, good luck, and it's just fun. It's all camaraderie versus girls trying to get up on these about to get married men, and guys trying to get, maybe guys would actually get up on the girls, but you know what I'm saying. And it was stunning to me. Anyway, going back, what was the basis of your question?
Oh no, and this, which leads to what I was telling you with my comment. It wasn't even a question, it was more a comment. I don't understand why men and women who can't seem to be monogamous, who can't seem to just be with one person, why do they even get into a serious relationship if they don't know how to be monogamous?
I truly think it's a have your cake and eat it too. You want that security and stability of, the kids and the wife and the this and the that. But you still want to go out and have fun, because as I think, especially for men, and I'm not, guys, I just want the viewers, audience, if there's new people, I am a fair dealer to both men and women, but I think men probably do this more, or at least it just seems like they get caught more. And I just think it feeds ego. It's what they feel they're supposed to do. Some people have actual problems like sex addictions and all that, and they absolutely should get help. And some people are married and that happens, and they do get help and they're happily married. You know what I mean? We're not talking that, but I just think total disregard, disrespect for another human. And I think, you asked me a question, should the person on the other end be accountable for hooking up with somebody else's man now, or woman?
Yeah.
Fair enough. But yes, but not in the same way. I do not if I find out, I remember one night, this is years back, early 20s, going to a club in Philly. Some guy was, hanging out with me and kissed me. And I'm like, oh, he's cute, whatever. And then I found out, had no clue, because I was still living here going home to Philly, and found out he had a pregnant wife. I stood up and punched this dude square in the face so hard. And I was like, you piece of fucking shit, because to do that to a woman, a pregnant woman, someone you're committed to, but not only that, to put me in a position where I felt like, oh my God, because I would never.
And when
I'm not saying I've been perfect, but I would never.
And when you say you stood up, you meant got on a chair in order to punch him in the face, or?
No, he was standing at the bar. I made sure I got full throttle punch. I'm serious. Hard. I can punch. I pack a punch and always have. So, I don't think, at the end of the day, your partner makes their choice, right?
Yeah. I'm not going to hold the person who's not in a relationship, to the same accountability as the person who is. But me personally, if I find out before anything, it gives me women say, right? The ick, right?
Yeah.
It's just something about that. I'm like, you're with somebody else. Like, you belong to someone else. It's
100%.
like, yeah, go fuck. You know what? You're gonna go fuck around, but I'm not gonna be the one.
If a guy, I will tell you, especially in my older years, you realize this more and more. If a guy it comes to you and he's with somebody else, trust me, or a girl, they're gonna do it again. And I'm not saying people don't change. I think that becomes more and more true as you get older because you're more set in your ways. You kind of are who you are. Not saying you don't have opportunity to change in your life.
Yeah.
20s, I mean, I give a little reprieve there. But yeah, I just think it's dirty. But I also, Julio, do you have any thoughts on this at all?
No, I mean, I just agree with everyone saying. It's just, if you're going to be in a committed relationship, like, give it your all for that one relationship. Don't be trying to get something else somewhere else.
Or leave them.
Yeah, that too.
I feel like we keep people around for security. We keep them believing this fairy tale, and yet it is so selfish and so egotistical.
I love you, but I like her.
That other woman, that other man, whoever is getting cheated on or betrayed, or they're missing out on an opportunity to possibly find someone who really loves them or start a new career and be independent. It doesn't have to actually be attached to another human.
Start a podcast.
I mean, it's just so sad. It makes me very, very upset.
I think it's cruel.
It's cruel.
I think your time is your most valuable thing, and they might miss out on the prime time of their life. Tomorrow's not promised, and you spend all this time with someone who just doesn't care for you.
I know.
It's awful. It's terrible.
Stay away, ladies.
Wasted my pretty years. Anyway. So I think this kind of leads, guys, to what we kind of always talk about, which, John, can you pull those cameras back just a teeny bit? Freaks me out. Thank you, my one of my dear friends.
Show the legs.
Oh God, the sneakers are bust. Oh my God, look at our mess.
Not my legs.
They can't see that. It's not live.
I think this goes back to that we got to be I will die on the hill saying this. I'll say keep having sex in your relationship, but also be intentional about your relationship if you're in one. And if you're dating, be intentional about asking the right questions up front. And I think we've been brainwashed, and this came from Jay Shetty. I think we've kind of been taught this tale since we're kids that romantic love is all encompassing the what do you call that? The ultimate achievement in love. When really, and he expressed this, and I like this, I think that gets us in a lot of situations because we feel like we have to be partnered up. To feel complete as a human, you must find this other half and be loved in the perfect ways, right?
Yeah.
And in the studies of wisdom, and meaning wisdom like Buddhism and all those things, basically when you love strangers, the love you have for your friends, the love you have for your family, and of course but all of that encompassing is perfect love. That is what love is. And love of self, of course, in all the right ways. And so we got to take the narrative away that romantic love is the all-achieving love. And I think once we have that realization and on top of that work to become self-aware, and I think when I say that, I think people understand when you become self-aware, you know how people say the greatest love you'll ever have is yourself? Because you end up loving and respecting yourself. Not like, oh, I love myself, I'm in shape. Oh, I love myself. I'm not like that. Like, I love who I am. Yeah. I still have faults and things to fix, but I respect myself. And I set boundaries. I didn't have that for 47, 48 years of my life. It's only been in the last year that I thought I did. I had an attitude.
Yeah.
And I had an ego. Not in a bad way, but a lot of my things came from ego. And now I'm like, I love me and I love others authentically. So I think when we take that narrative away, which brings us into a subject we started out one time, and we'll get into this, and then I'll wrap up with cuffing. And do you believe John, I want you in on this, please. Right person, wrong time.
Wrong person.
No, is it the right person at the wrong time? Do you think that is actually
a thing?
A thing. Do you think it's the truth? Not a thing. What is your thoughts 100%, on that?
Yeah, because you could be going through something, addiction, 1,000 different things where you're trying to fix yourself, and you're not ready to be in a relationship, and fast forward 5-6 years, you get your shit together, and that would have been the right person that maybe would have grown into something. I don't know. I think, but yeah.
No, I have a lot of thoughts on this.
Yeah, you could be married when you meet the right one. So, right person.
Yeah, you might find the right hooker the day before your wedding, and
is this like
not have to pay and get it comped and
fuck you guys.
No, but I do believe that because it goes back to what we were saying.
I love you guys. By
it
the
has
way.
to be.
I love you.
Following what John said, it has to do with where you are as a person, right? If you're not ready, I'll give you an example. Let's say you just got a new job. You really haven't financially set yourself up. You're just learning how to take care of yourself financially. Now you're gonna get into a serious relationship, with somebody else where you don't even know how to take care of your own self. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, or, you're in a place and time where you're just not ready for a relationship. So, if you try it, it's gonna fail. It's not gonna succeed, or maybe not necessarily fail, but it's gonna be that much harder to make it work. So why put yourself in that situation?
I'm overthinking over here.
I want you to overthink because you haven't thought about anything or said anything tonight. So get it together. I want to hear your overthinking.
I only talked about how I like being smacked around during sex, but okay.
Well, we're going to all fight tonight. I'm in the good mood.
Well, I'm glad he likes to be smacked because we're going to smack him right after the show.
Can I get a snack after the show?
Snack? Yeah. Do you need a snack, sweetheart?
Oh, is that what you said? You said smack or snacks?
Wait. Do you like her to feed you snacks during sex or to get smacked really hard?
I haven't tried that the snack one.
Wrong.
New kink discovered for John.
Cake and feet.
Cake and feet. Dude,
It's been there the entire time.
Cake and feet kink.
I thought.
Oh, she's like, someone said cake?
I know.
Oh, baby.
What were we talking about? Wrong hole, wrong.
Yeah, wrong hole,
position?
right time.
Yeah.
Um,
Wrong hole, right position.
This is what happens when I start to lose control. We were on such a roll being serious after my F-bomb temper tantrum.
But I think you could also find somebody who can guide you through those times where you're struggling and you may not be in the right space, and you get into a decent relationship where they can help guide you to make it the right person at the right time.
I'll give my opinion after Julio, or what I kind of.
But I was thinking like, okay, so you're not in the right position in life to get into a relationship and everything, but I mean, are we talking about with the same person like maybe later in life?
No, it's like
just in general.
Just give me
wrong time.
Right person, wrong time.
Do you believe in that?
I mean, there's movies made about that.
Of course.
Frankie bases everything off.
I do.
I know.
Movies were meant for me. For real.
I know, I do too. Believe it or not, so do I. I'm like, why doesn't that happen? Because it's not real, Jessica.
I'm gonna say no.
I agree
Simply
with you.
Because that person that you maybe have in mind that you'll be like, oh, I'm gonna definitely once I get my shit together or I know myself better, I'll come back to them, could be the wrong person when it's the right time. Like you finally matured, you got into your good headspace, but then you realize whatever you thought was right about the person is no longer right.
Correct. So, do you have more to say? I'm
I
sorry.
have an example. Y'all are wrong.
I think a couple things. So this was years and years. I pondered this subject, and we started to talk about it one time, and I said I'd come back to it. And I did get some DMs. I hate saying every time I say inboxes, one of my friends hits me up and goes, "You sound like you're from like the '90s," and I'm like, "No, worse."
They posted on my MySpace page.
Shut up. So I think a couple things, and through research, because I was haunted by something from a long time ago. This is actually, and so I had to kind of navigate my way. And as I've done this show, I think I've changed, and I agree 100% with Julio. No, I think a couple things I took away, and I wrote notes on it. Things happen when they should, and when they are happening. That's one. If it was the right person, and this came from our Matthew Hussey, however you say it, if it was the right person, it would be the right time. And I think one of my favorite, and I'll sum up why. And I think one of my favorite things that between him and another girl, the right person in all our shit, in all our mess, and in all our healing, wherever we are, we will go on that journey with them. There has never been a person that I've been in a long-term relationship that I wouldn't have gone on any, I mean, I wouldn't let them murder people, but you know what I mean? Any journey with. I would have, as much as I like to talk and say, now, granted, I will walk away from things up front now, but if I'm in, I'm in, and I would go on that journey with you. And so it is the right person choosing each other at the right time, because the time is now. Time is all we have is right now. So it isn't the right person if you walked away and it's the wrong time. And it happened. And I think the story that we tell ourselves is a Hollywood type story, right?
Always.
The movie that plays in our mind, and I'm being honest, is over and over. Hold on, and I actually had to write this down because I found it very interesting. The story we're telling is that, oh my God, I missed out on this guy, this girl, this. If this had happened, I should have, I would have, this, that, and the other. It's a story we spun in our head. We were never with them. It's a life we never lived. Why are we don't even know if that was the right life, right? Mm-hmm. So I think that was one thing. I think also, if it was the right person, you would take action. You would take action. When have you met somebody like your ex, right? Or really that I'm talking about, not you met somebody that you're with for a month. Like, you take action because they are somebody that is worth, they are the right person in your head, right? But I think in summary, what really, really did it for me is the right relationship is the one that can go on the journey with you and they'll meet you exactly where you're at right now. Because I think a lot of times, and it ties back into the beginning, what we said about love. We're searching for this pure love. But the people that are right for us are going to meet us where we are. I think anywhere in life we have to meet people where they are, not the past, not the future, where they are. And somebody that is right for you and you're right for them, you won't leave the chance and you'll go on that journey with them. And it's a give and take like any relationship, and that will be perfect for you. That does not negate not looking at red flags and all this and all that. But now I look back as I've done that, because I've always questioned something in my life and I don't want to talk about it. And I'm like, that wasn't the right person for me. That wasn't. And now I'm sure of it, because if it would have been, I would have done more, they would have done more. And that's not the person I went on the journey with me that leaves me to chance, or that I left them to chance. Okay.
I mean, yeah, I hear what you're saying. I just think it's, when I say the right person, doesn't necessarily mean like the only person. It's obviously the right person you think in your mind. You know, obviously if you decide to give it a shot, you don't know how long it's going to work out. I think the goal is always, at least for me, the goal was always, if I find someone that I love and I decide to get into a serious relationship and marry them, for me, it's like, okay,
Mike,
a lifetime
don't worry,
goal.
you missed all the sex talk, Mike. Sorry. We're getting into cuffing in a minute.
A Hallmark movie.
He missed the sex talk for the first hour.
You missed all the
my-
smacking around.
Tell me you weren't listening without telling me you weren't listening.
Yeah, tell me you weren't listening without telling me you weren't listening.
So that's what I believe that, like, even when you've gone many years with some person, the journey continues. Nothing's guaranteed.
Yeah.
You're not guaranteed a lifetime with that person, because goals change, people change, circumstances change, that the person might bail out.
Yeah.
So
I think girls do this a lot. We get caught up that we're never going to meet that type of person. But I think guys do it too. And we think, oh God, we missed this one person. And I think when you think about that and you say, but you never lived the life, what do you know? What did you miss out on?
yeah, it's all in your head. It's a fantasy in your head.
It's a projection and a fantasy in your head. I think that's what I was trying to articulate, and maybe I didn't do it well, so it sounded like a Hallmark movie. Well, look good. I'll write Hallmark cards if this doesn't work out.
Years ago, somebody
Lifetime.
I don't know if I read this or if somebody told me, but it's always the saying was, like the great times or the bad times weren't as great or as
In
bad as
good
you remember.
times,
You know,
in bad
we
times.
tend to hype them more than what they were, or make them worse than what they were.
Correct.
So
I see
because so that's the problem, and I agree with what you said. Hollywood has a lot to do with it.
Of course.
we watch those movies and we believe.
I
in
still
that.
think my Viking king is coming to save me. Like as Nancy says, she wants a Viking man for me.
And all that is based mainly just on
Not
emotion.
happening.
That's the heart. That's the
Yeah.
heart saying that.
Yeah.
That's why I always say balance the heart with the mind.
I think to sum this up, I think what I get out of it and what I hope for myself is the person that I'm right for and is right for will meet me where I'm at and won't leave me to chance. And I think that's how and you build that life together through all your shit and your bullshit. And you still ask the great questions and do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, the right person is the one that goes on the journey with you. So, all right, enough of that about that bullshit.
I know.
I mean, but I think it's a great topic because I think many people punish themselves or get stuck for years and years in their head of
It was
a
something that
story
never happened.
of something that never happened or a person they might have moved in or had a relationship and they would have sucked. I mean, I'm guilty of it in my past. Like,
We all
obviously,
are. 100%. I think everybody in this world is 100% guilty of it.
Yeah, Chicken Squawk. We're having a little issue with the intranet tonight. It's
Get
going
fiber
in and
optics
out, but we
internet, yeah.
appreciate you hanging in there. I'm getting to cuffing season.
It's about the journey, but right now
And then
I'm
we're
gonna
going
enjoy
to
the short
wrap
rides.
it up. So, who knows what cuffing season is? Raise your hand because it starts August 1st of every year.
You know what that is, Julio?
I don't know, like handcuffs.
see the
like
meme?
pink
So,
handcuffs.
Every
he's just being
year,
a jerk.
August
Oh,
1st,
Let me pull up my meme.
in conjunction with football season, is cuffing season. And it is funny. And they call April, which I much prefer, is the uncuffing season because the posts of the breakups are pretty traumatic.
Is he gonna
I
put
feel
this up on
bad
the
for them.
screen
I
or
feel
no?
bad for them.
It's about
No, I'll let you read them. Give me one sec. So, yeah, April's uncuffing season when everybody breaks up right before the summer. And
spring break.
so quickly, I'm going to let Frankie read them and then we'll sign off here. But it's basically the actual science behind it is that people get the winter blues. Their serotonin goes down because we're going to lose an hour and a half, I believe, this month of daylight in August.
Oh, really? This month?
Yeah, it starts this month. So we lose an hour and a half in
Cold
August.
water
What?
finally.
So people get a little bit winter blues. They want,
What?
hold on. They want to take people to parties, to holidays. They want to exchange gifts with someone. I'm like, why would you want to spend money? And I'm not even cheap. And
Thanks, with him.
and they usually last around Valentine's. And I would be like, well, I would break up with them the day before Valentine's, so I wouldn't have to give a shitty gift.
Get your chocolate, Jess.
Well, whatever. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
They're on
it
there.
is. Yeah.
Cuffing season schedule.
And so a lot of people get together a lot of it derives from the winter blues, but it's become really funny. And people are like, guys commented today, and I love that guys do because it is actual facts. Because I'm out in the social scene, and I have been for years and years, and you see it literally happens. Like you watch it on Facebook, boot up, boot up, boot up, boot up, and then you can tell in April unboot. Same single people.
So tomorrow we're gonna be doing a
Some
lot
of
of
them
scouting.
So it starts off with, go ahead, Frankie.
It starts off with First Friday in Manassas.
Frankie will be scouting.
All right, so here we go. Scouting. This is when you look for a partner online. It says you're online.
Yeah, August 1st
I'll do
to
it IR.
August
31st.
1st through the 31st.
Just go through. We don't read the dates. It's fine.
Okay.
I need to know my dates.
Then it's the drafting. Drafting September 1st to the 30th.
So all of September.
Then you have tryouts in October.
Tryouts.
Preseason begins in November.
And preseason, you haven't even picked the girl yet.
wait, but so drafting is you pick your top contenders from what you scouted out.
Yeah, pick your
Correct.
top candidates.
And
Correct.
then, and then what's the other one
The
after that?
tryouts. You go on many first dates in October.
You bang around.
And then preseason is when you get more serious with one or two prospects in November.
So the better sex wins.
And here we go. Cuffing season. Pick your best match and be exclusive for the holidays, December 1st through January 15th.
And then you actually cuff
You
up.
get the playoffs. After cuffing season is playoffs. Survive the holidays, and consider long-term potential. That's January 16th through February 13th, right before Valentine's.
If Taylor and Travis
And then
match
you
in
break
front
up.
of this.
Championship game.
Okay. Okay, go ahead. Finish because we got to wrap
Offer
up.
official BF, GF status and celebrate Valentine's Day, February 14th.
Why the fuck would you buy a gift? Like I'm like, I wouldn't even do that. I'd be like, can we uncuff right
Well,
now?
that's if cuffing season is a success.
I don't do cuffing season, but I get it.
either. Yeah.
But I get it. And, you know, hey, whatever gets you through the winter, but you know what I say? Whether you're in it for a long time or a good time, life's too short for shitty sex and bad relationship. And if it's not giving you income, inspiration, or an orgasm, why are we fucking with it, guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will have Jason and Nancy here next week, and I know it'll get wild. Take good care, guys. Later.
Later.
I'm available for cuffing season.